Have you ever wondered what it takes for someone to be arrested? Many times, even you dear viewers of Simply Legal, you find yourselves arrested either lawfully or unlawfully. Do you even know what it takes to be arrested lawfully or unlawfully? Many times you get phone calls from your relatives and they tell you, know what, John, please come and get me. I'm at Kira Road Police Station. I need to be rescued. Come and bail me out. In today's video, I'm here to talk to you about what it takes to be arrested, what is an arrest in the beginning, and what laws govern arrests in Uganda. And finally, what are the remedies that one has to take or undertake to be bailed out of jail? So in today's video, I'm here to talk to you about everything concerning arrests. Let's go. So basically, what are arrests, or what is an arrest? According to the Black's Laws Dictionary, this is a dictionary used by us lawyers, but according to Black's Law Dictionary, an arrest is basically deprivation or depriving of someone's personal liberty with the use of legal authority. That's in accordance with the Black's Law Dictionary. Now, basically, I think you all know what an arrest is. An arrest is basically when someone holds you at the back here and tells you you have the right to remain silent. We're going to take you to a court of law, or we're going to take you to jail. Now, an arrest, like I've just described, is basically someone's depriving you of your right to liberty. Now, right to liberty is a fundamental right, but by the time someone is using legal authority, it means they are tasked with a mandate to actually detain you lawfully. Now, an arrest is a very, very complicated topic all over the world. But the major law of the land which talks about arrests are the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda 1995 as amended, the Police Act of Uganda, and the Criminal Procedure Code Act of Uganda. Let me just repeat those. The laws in charge of what arrests are, or what define what arrests are the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda 1995 as amended of Uganda, the Criminal Procedure Code Act of Uganda, and also the Police Act of Uganda. Now, arrests are provided for under Section 2, but let me just go right straight to the point. Who is lawfully mandated to arrest you? Now, first of all, police, or the police, any country, be it the United States, be it the UK, be it Denmark, be it Uganda. The police force of any country are the people who are mandated to arrest you. Now, they are only mandated to arrest you under reasonable suspicion, or when you have committed a crime or a felony, and that is stipulated under Article 23. Now, I'm going to go deep into Article 23, but I'll try and make this video as short as possible because I know most people want to just go and take their cup of tea after watching this video. Anyway, that's beside the point. That was meant to be a joke. So, who is legally mandated? I've already told you it's the police. However, the police should only have an arrest warrant for you. They can't just come and arrest you in certain circumstances. I'm going to explain to you when the police can arrest you with an arrest warrant, and I'm going to explain to you when they can arrest you without an arrest warrant. With an arrest warrant, it's stipulated under the Criminal Procedure Code Act that a police officer can arrest you with issuance of a warrant. Now, that warrant is only issued out by a magistrate's court. Many times I explain to you what a magistrate's court are, but a magistrate is one of the lesser judges in our own judicial system in Uganda. The beginning court system before you even reach a Supreme Court is the magistrate's court. Let me just explain to you what the court hierarchy system is. We have the magistrate's court, grade 1. We have the chief magistrate's court, which is higher than that. Then we have the high court. We have the court of appeal. We have the Supreme Court, and all other subordinate courts they are under. So basically, Section 10 of the Criminal Procedure Code Act gives the mandate of a magistrate or one of the most high-ranking officers under the police force to be able to issue out an arrest warrant. So basically, anyone who is being arrested in Uganda or all over the world, when they're arresting you, you actually have a right to ask the police officer for an arrest warrant. If you are being arrested and you're not sure of whether they have an arrest warrant, you actually have a right to question. And this can actually help your case when you're actually later on suing the police force if you find that your arrest was unwarranted. Now, let me just give you steps under which an arrest should be done lawfully. I've already told you an arrest should be done lawfully, meaning you should be the police officer or the person who is arresting you under the police force should be arresting you with reasonable cause that you have committed a felony, meaning that you should be a criminal, or you should be someone who the courts of law have issued an order to be arrested. So you don't necessarily have to be a criminal, but arrests are done in most cases for people who have been put under criminal suspicion, or for someone who is under reasonable suspicion of any case that is ongoing. So once you've committed a crime, you actually have a right to be arrested, and the police have a right to use as much force as possible. So when you are being arrested, that is actually the most important part. Internationally, we have what's called the Miranda Principle. And the Miranda Principle was derived under international law. What does the Miranda Principle state? It states that when you are being arrested internationally in any country, especially now that I'm speaking to mainly Ugandans, the police officer is supposed to tell you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law or any other proceeding. So what the Miranda Principle was basically stated that, yes, you are deriving someone of their personal liberty and you are arresting them. But once you are arresting them, they should be able to know why you are arresting them and where they're going after being arrested. So the Miranda Principle it came up and it was basically put in place to give people that satisfaction that, you know what, I have actually done wrong, I have actually been arrested. They're going to put you like this, or they're going to arrest you like this. Let me just demonstrate for you. And they're going to put handcuffs behind you. So basically you're listening to what the police officer is telling you, and that even helps you as a global citizen or citizen of Uganda to be able to know that right now you're under the custody of the police force. You've killed someone, they have interdicted you, they have proven beyond reasonable doubt that you are a criminal. So therefore, you deserve to be arrested. So let's now go into exactly what Article 23 and the other presiding laws tell us about the procedure thereafter of your arrest. So therefore, also the Miranda Principle can also be looked at under Article 23, Clause 3 still of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. It basically states what I've been stating in the Miranda Principle, that any person who is being detained or arrested shall be spoken to in a language that he or she understands. So Article 23, Clause 3 borrowed an idea from the Miranda Principle that basically states that when you're being arrested, the police should tell you that you're being arrested for example, you've killed someone, or you've knocked someone, or you're being sued for manslaughter, or you have just committed a crime and the police can actually see you from there on. So you're basically police force. I'm also talking to you. You should be mandated to tell someone what they're being arrested for, and therefore they will actually understand better, and they'll be able to prepare a defense on their side, or they'll be able to discuss with their lawyer. Now, Article 23, Clause 4 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda 1995 as amended states that a person who has been detained shall be detained for not more than 48 hours. Now, I'm taking you, the viewers of Simply Legal, to what's called the 48-hour rule. The 48-hour rule means that, yes, you have arrested this person, you have explained to them under the Miranda Principle and under Article 23, Clause 3 of the Constitution that you know what, you're being arrested for this, you've just killed someone, you've injured someone, you've assaulted someone. Now, in you arresting them, yes, you as a police, you have the legal authority to arrest them, but you should not detain them for more than 48 hours. That is what is stated in principle. Because the principle came up basically saying that beyond 48 hours, you are actually violating someone's right to personal liberty. Yes, they have committed a crime, but under the courts of law or under legal procedure, you're supposed to give someone time to prepare their defense, to get bail, to get police bond. I'm going to explain those later on, and give them time to reminisce on what they have done so that they can actually appear in court. Many times people have been detained for more than 48 hours, and actually that is a violation of the 48-hour rule. But I just want to simplify this principle for you on Simply Legal, that any person who is detained beyond 48 hours is a violation of the 48-hour rule. It's an international right, because 48 hours is like what? Let's say 2 days. Beyond 2 days, now that becomes a violation of their right to personal liberty under the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. So therefore, under the police, now I'm now talking about the right procedure of arresting someone. The police officer has gotten a warrant, they have arrested you, they have explained to you what you've done under the Miranda principle and under Article 23, and they have told you everything that you need to know in accordance with your crime. They've taken you and they've detained you. Under the right circumstances, they have released you for hours lesser than 48 hours. Now, there are two scenarios where the police is going to release you. Number one is police bond, and another one is bail. Now, I'm going to explain to you what police bond is and what bail is. Many people get confused by police by when, let's say, they arrested John at Kirod police station. Police bond is where you've gone and applied to the police station to release this person under police bond. Police bond under principle is free of charge. So you're going to release this person under the 48-hour rule, and you're going to explain to the police that, you know what, this person, yes, has been arrested. We are aware that they committed this crime, and we want them released in that we can now go and prepare our case. Or we believe that still under reasonable suspicion that they are being arrested unlawfully. Now, being released under bail is a bit different, because bail, you actually have to pay a certain amount for the person to be released. So I wanted to explain to you what police bond and police bail means and what the difference is. So those are two scenarios under which a person is released under police custody when you have been arrested. Now, there are also situations where you're going to be arrested without the police actually having an arrest warrant, meaning under the eyes of the law, there are certain situations where police can be able to arrest you without even having an arrest warrant. Let me give you those circumstances. So under still Section 10 of the Criminal Procedure Code Act, it states that, or it gives mandate for a police officer to be able to arrest you without actually having an arrest warrant. Now, the exceptional circumstances under which they do not deserve an arrest warrant is that the police should have reasonable suspicion of you, either about to commit an offense or having committed an offense, especially a felony. Many times, or the few times that I have handled criminal cases on Simply Legal or criminal issues, I've explained to you what a felony is and what a misdemeanor is. I'm going to leave the link in the description. But a felony is basically a capital offense, which is a very large crime, which deserves a lot of time in jail. In fact, many times it will deserve life imprisonment or a death penalty. A misdemeanor is a much lesser crime. So basically, under Section 10 of the Criminal Procedure Code Act, the moment, or if at all, a police officer suspects you of having committed a certain offense or a capital offense, which is a felony, then they actually have a right to arrest you without a warrant. So, you viewers of Simply Legal, if you've ever been arrested and you said, oh, but counsel said that you need an arrest warrant for me to be arrested, there are certain situations which the law provides for under which the police can be able to arrest you. Let's assume an ongoing case has been happening, and let's say you committed someone, or you killed someone, or you committed manslaughter, or you grievously assaulted someone and they have maybe an amputated limb or a lot of bad injury. Then once it has been proven that you are the one who actually committed the crime, the police, without any reasonable cause, has a right to come and arrest you without a warrant, because it has been proved beyond reasonable doubt that you are actually the one who committed the crime. So Section 10 gives an exception for police to arrest you without an arrest warrant. So I just wanted to give you those basic principles of what procedure is taken through in terms of an arrest, what is an arrest, who can carry out an arrest, like I've been stating to you exactly what is supposed to be done under the eyes of the law. Now, let me give you the redress or remedies that are going to happen in terms of an unlawful arrest in Uganda. Then let's wrap up this video. But before I even go to the redress or the remedies for an unlawful arrest, let me just explain to you a very, very interesting and funny principle within the eyes of the law. Did you know that under Section 15 of the Criminal Procedure Code Act, any private person actually has a right to arrest you? This is quite funny, right? You may be asking why. This is because the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, and actually I've also noticed under international law, it states that any person who has any lawful cause or any reasonable cause to find that you are a person who has committed a felony, or you're a suspicious person, or they have suspicion that you are someone who has committed a crime, then they have a right to arrest you privately and then take you to a police station where the police will now take it on from there. It's quite funny, but even you viewers of Simply Legal, if I find that if one of you has just committed a crime, you've killed someone, I actually have a right to pounce on you, jump on you, arrest you with any, maybe I may even have handcuffs, or I may actually have anything that's going to put you down and detain you, then I actually have a right to drive you to any police station and say, you know what, police, this guy has just committed a crime. I saw him, I caught him on camera, and he's actually the person who has just killed so and so. So under section 15, any private person, be it a citizen, be it any other person, has a right to arrest you if they have reasonable suspicion that you are someone who has just committed a capital offense, be it manslaughter, be it grievous harm, you've just knocked someone, you've been a terrorist, you've bombed our very capital, and I saw you bombing, I have a right to arrest you and take you to police. Now, finally, what is the redress? What are the remedies for an unlawful arrest? I guess from this video you've already found out what an unlawful arrest is. An unlawful arrest is where you have been arrested, you have been detained, and you've been deprived of your personal liberty without any reasonable cause, or while you're an innocent person. So many times all over the world, throughout history, many innocent people have been detained unlawfully, even beyond 48 hours. Under Article 23, Clause 7, it states that a person who has been detained unlawfully or who has been arrested without probable cause or reasonable cause has a right to compensation from the police force, or in this case, which is the Uganda police force. So Article 23, Clause 7, which is under the Constitution, states that if you believe that you were detained unlawfully, number one, if you believe that your arrest was unlawful, if you also believe that you were held for more than 48 hours, which is more than a stipulated time under Article 23, then you actually have a right to sue Uganda police and get compensation for the time that you had spent there. Now, I want us to go back to the famous case of Elias Lukwago versus Uganda. Elias Lukwago, in, I think it was 2018, Elias Lukwago was arrested at his home unlawfully. He was detained unlawfully, and he was kept in jail for a good period of time. Now he went on to the courts of law and sued Uganda police for, number one, humiliation of the way he was arrested. By the way, under the police force, it's only supposed to be with reasonable force that you arrest someone. Find the act gives, or the courts of law give the police the mandate to use as reasonable force as possible. So also, citizens of Uganda, you need to listen to this. If the police have told you, know what, we are arresting you, we don't want to use excessive force, and you refuse, and you start fighting the police, then there they have a right to actually hold you with reasonable force. They hold you like this and take you by force. Now, under the case of Elias Lukwago, if you look at that video properly, he was arrested unlawfully. He was removed from his premises with a lot of force, which was not necessary because he was not resisting, and the police actually did not have any sensible cause on how to arrest him. They claimed that they're doing it under preventative arrest, but Elias Lukwago just came out of his house and he did not do anything bad. He actually asked them why they're arresting him, and they removed him unlawfully. Actually, later on in this case, Elias, after like 2 years, later won 50 million Uganda shillings. Actually, I did a video. That was one of my first videos to do on Simply Legal. That was the second video I did on Simply Legal. I'll leave that link in the description. I found it very, very interesting as to how they awarded Elias Lukwago 50 million. I think he deserved it, because if you look at all the steps that I have taken to explain to you what an arrest is, I think Elias Lukwago was actually for winning that money. So, Elias Lukwago invoked his right under Article 23, Clause 7 of the Constitution, where he was compensated for unlawful arrest. So, that was basically what I wanted to talk to you about arrests in Uganda or globally. I think I've been able to explain what global principles talk about arrests in Uganda. I've talked about a large number of laws and principles under the Ugandan laws. And I just wanted to help you understand what laws are. The most important one is under the 48-hour rule, where you're not supposed to be detained beyond 48 hours. So, thanks so much for listening to me, everyone. I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma. If you've loved this video, or if there's anything you'd want to positively critique me on, please give it in the comment section. Leave a comment in my comment section. Tell me what you thought about this video. Tell me what else you'd want to do about arrests. And also, you can always feel free to leave comments about your personal experiences concerning arrests. Right now, we're on 3,420 subscribers at the time of producing this video. I think we're going so far. And for those of you who might not know my legal mobile app, our team has a legal mobile app called Farmeron, which connects lawyers and people together. So for those of you who might be international, maybe you're from France, Japan, China, and the USA, if you want business in Uganda, just download the Farmeron application. It is available on both Apple and Android Play Store. You can find lawyers of all different capacities who will be able to help you in land transactions, family issues, land issues, and the likes. So Farmeron is here to help you to extend your interest in Uganda legally and for you to be able to be helped in the right legal channels. So thanks so much for listening to me, guys. I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma, and I'll see you next time. Bye.